of products from a company called s.t.e.m, which I've been quite excited about getting my hands on, and in this video we'll be looking at the s.t.e.m WP9900 mobile radio. Now this is quite an interesting piece of equipment because its main body can be hidden away and the whole thing is controlled from the microphone. The main body is a little over 4 inches wide by just over 3 inches deep and a height of just 1.7 inches, so it can be easily hidden away in a car or in a shack with just the microphone unit in view. The radio is a 25 watt dual bander, so it'll cover the 2 meter and 70 centimeter amateur bands and all the other allocations located between 136 to 174 MHz and 400 to 480 MHz. It has 200 channels and is fully programmable via the software and cable that are also available from s.t.e.m, as well as the front microphone itself. The radio has all the usual features you'd expect to find, such as Vox, FM radio, scan and a signal meter, to name just a few, and the display colours are completely customisable from the programming software or the microphone functions. The radio's all-metal body is sealed to ensure it's dustproof and waterproof, and the microphone itself feels really solid and well made. There is a cover on the front which has jacks for an external speaker, which would actually be preferable to me, as I'll explain later in the video. There's also a jack on the front for the programming cable as well. The mic has a full keypad to access every single function, and the on and off and 1750Hz tone buttons are on the top. The good points are that its unusual design makes it perfect for a hidden mobile in-store in the car, or a place where space is an issue, and I really love the microphone. The only points I'd change are the volume. There's no manual volume control, meaning the sound level has to be set in the menus, which is a bit time consuming. This means that for me, I'd probably be inclined to go for an external speaker with a volume control. Also, from what I could see, the blue 1750Hz tone button on top of the microphone can't be changed in the programming as of yet. But that's really neither here nor there at the moment because we need to go out and test the radio. So I'm going to go to some local high ground and put out a few calls. Now the bands can often be quiet, so I hope there's someone out there to which we can make a contact with. Okay, Mike 0, Lima, Echo, X-Ray, Mike 3, Hotel, Yankee Mobile. Are you on frequency still, Royden? Just on the s.t.e.m mobile radio now.
QSD from the Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club Net, being held on repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on air every Sunday evening at about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Jim. My call sign is Kilo 0, Tango Oscar Romeo. I'll be your net control station, transmitting from Littleton, Colorado. If there is any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. This net is for Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. And again, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we do virtual meetings and we use Google Meets. And if you would like to join us on those meetings, we have an address that we put up on our club website, W0TX.org, and others that are on the mail list will get an email that lists that website as well. And our next meeting will be on October the 20th. An Elmer session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting. This session addresses any amateur radio questions that you might have. So whether you're new to amateur radio or interested in some new applications of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, there's a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for your amateur radio related questions.
quirky, really. Yeah, I just thought I'd bring this out with a couple of other bits today and put a couple of calls out. So yeah, 2 meters has seemed quite active this morning.
As a General Interest Club, we provide emergency communication for the Salvation Army, City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, City of Lakewood Police Department, West Metro Fire District, and St. Anthony's West Hospital. We're always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. Please contact our club president if you'd like to help. Our current president is Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club website address is W0TX.org. Again, Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner Program. But again, due to COVID-19 restrictions, we don't do testing as often as we have. And we try and get those published or announced here on this net. And they also are listed on our club website. We also have some of the other hams here in the club and other clubs that actually will provide us input on when they have testing as well and what those requirements are. So if you stay tuned, hopefully we can hook you up with an area that you can find a place to do your testing. If you have other questions regarding VE tests, you can contact our VE team lead, Tom Kaszowski, and Tom's call is KC2CHE, and his number is 720-284-1911.
Not seeing any evidence of it up here. Going on somewhere else, of course. So, yeah, sounds great. Can't wait to see it.
This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TR, serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call now.
It looked at the s.t.e.m WP9900 mobile radio, which is basically, and today I've got another product from s.t.e.m to show you, the WP68. So
before regular check-ins, I'd like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club Net this evening. During this net, we disable the requirement for the 100 Hz PO repeater access tone. So you can use either 145.490 MHz with a minus 600 kHz offset, or 448.625 MHz with a minus 5 MHz offset. Are they visiting radio amateurs who'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight? If so, please call now.
And that IP67 waterproof and dustproof rating. The radio is fully computer programmable, and the software...
Next, I'd like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now.
W0TX
The only thing
repeater.
I noticed is that it would have been nice to be able to program the two side keys to different functions, but I'm just being picky. All of the radio's
E0OF, checking in.
And Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. I believe the call I heard was KE0OF. Is that correct? And could I get a name, please?
Alpha Echo 0, Oscar Foxtrot. Kelly is the name.
Oscar Echo 0, Alpha Foxtrot. Kelly, welcome to the net this evening. And sounds like you must have gone off and got your extra class. And congratulations for that. And could you tell us how you accomplished that? There's a lot of people that listen into the net that are looking for any kind of tips and hints as to how to get through some of these tests. So could you share that with us?
Sure can. Yeah, I used hamstudy.org for the most part. I've been interested in radio most of my life, along with electronics, so some of it was kind of remedial. Some of it's pretty new. I just, kind of cranked down and walked in with nothing and walked out with extra.
Well, congratulations. It makes it sound easy. I know it's not that easy, but sure sounds easy. And again, good job. There's sometimes that's what it takes, is just buckling down and doing a good deal of self-study and trying to see what you can hit with help from some of the other sessions on the internet. So hope you enjoy your extra privileges, and I think that you will find there's lots of challenges out there of all the different applications and modes of operation that we have these days. So you just start off and tick them away as you go, I guess, and see how many you can get. Anyways, again, congratulations and welcome to the net this evening, Kelly. And make one more call. We have anyone else that's newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs. Please call now. All right, I'll now take regular check-ins in groups, and please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs with call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
010 Delta Papa Romeo.
Bravo Kilo Sierra, Barb in Wheatbridge. No traffic.
Kilo Delta 0, Delta Uniform Juliet, Chris in Denver, no traffic.
Bravo 0, Alpha Kilo Victor, Rich in Westminster.
Here is November 0 Delta Bravo Sierra. Dawn in Denver, no traffic.
Hello everyone here on YouTube. Thanks for watching here. Just another relaxing Sunday night evening listening to the Denver Radio Club net here. So again, as you see on your screen here on the left hand side, net control Jim K0TOR. He's taking the check-ins, and I'm kind of broadcasting it and just
Net control,
showing some
like
other
to
things
acknowledge
here.
and welcome the following check-ins.
K0
DPR Paul, and W0 BKS Barb, KD0 DUJ Chris, and Rich, I'm not sure. It must have been a double unless there was a heck of a lot of interference there on the repeater, but I got KB0AK. Rich, did I get that correctly?
It's Whiskey Bravo 0 Alpha Kilo Victor, WB0 AKV, Rich in Westminster.
All right, thanks, Rich. We got that WB0AKV. There was a lot of noise on there. I thought possibly somebody doubled, so if I didn't call your call sign, you doubled with Rich. And lastly, I had N0DBS Don. Make second call for radio amateurs. This call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Bravo Alpha Kilo David Lakewood, no traffic.
Kilo
Sierra
Charlie 0
Echo,
Charlie Zulu
KS
Bob and
0E Alex in Denver.
Net Control likes to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0 BAK David, and then I had a double. I got KC0CZ Bob, and all I got out of the second one that doubled was Alex. Could you come back with a call sign, please?
Sure thing. The call sign is Kilo Sierra 0 Echo, KS 0E.
Thanks, Alex. KS0E. I'm sorry, KS0OE. Oscar Echo. Thanks for that. And let's move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
Alpha 0 Juliet Kilo AA 0 JK Fred in Arvada. Good evening.
And 0 GWM Leon in Lakewood.
W0TV Jerry Westminster.
Whiskey 0 TXS Joel in Henderson.
Net Control like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. AA0JK Fred, N0GWM Leon, W0GV Jerry, and Joel, is it W0TX X-ray or W0T Sierra?
W0TX Repeater.
Yeah, this is Joel. Whiskey 0 Tango X-ray Sierra.
Well, I missed it both ways. All right, thanks, Joel. Whiskey 0 Tango X-ray Sierra. Thank you. And let's make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
Kilo Golf 5 Papa Delta Foxtrot Jake Denver.
And Net Control like acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. KG5 PDF Jake, and make a second call. I'm sorry. Move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin in letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Romeo, Lanier, and Inglewood.
Kilo Echo 0 Oscar Sierra India Tom in Highlands Ranch. No traffic.
Uniform, Frank and Thornton.
Evening, Bob. I'll get you checked in here in just a moment. Glad to see you, and as well as anyone else here on online. Appreciate you guys all coming back here. And again, on the left-hand side of the screen here, Jim K0T is doing net control. I'm just listening in and just showing off some recent things on the reddit.com/r/amateur radio subreddit. Yeah, appreciate everyone being here.
And net control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. I had a double right off the bat. I did get K0LPR Lanier, and Leon, I missed your call sign. Could you come back with your call sign, please? I had a double to start there, and I did get Lanier K0LPR. And Leon, I think your first prefix was KE. I assume that was 0, but the double covered you, and I did get your name. Could you come back with the call sign, please? All right, the other check-ins I got were KE0OSI Tom and K0KKU Frank. Make a second call for radio amateurs. This call suffix says begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Kilo 0, Lima Alpha India, K0LEI, Larry Lakewood.
Guess while check-ins are going in, coming in here, just looking at this article here on the ARL.org site, deaf pupils set to speak with ISS crew member in a world first event. Yeah, it's interesting to see how basically an audio only kind of hobby can kind of play into some of these things here. This is really kind of interesting to see. So yeah, I'd be interested to see the outcome of this.
And net control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. K0LAI Larry, and yes, Kevin, it must have been you. There was a double. And next I had K0KPS Kevin and WG0N Dave. We'll move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffix says begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel Romeo, Stanton, Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Romeo Victor Zulu, John in Lakewood, no traffic.
Kilo Bravo 9er, Quebec Delta Golf, KB 9er QDG, Carl, Lakewood, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. WB2 SHR Stan, KE0RVZ John, KB9er QDG Carl, and N0TRP Jim. Make a second call for radio amateurs. This call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now. All right, we'll move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
KF0UV, Marshall and Glendale.
AC0VC, Bill and Elizabeth.
November 6, Whiskey Hotel Victor, Dick in Arvada. Good evening, all.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield.
Traffic.
Kilo Delta 0, Whiskey Papa Quebec, Tom and Aurora.
November 0, X-Ray Romeo X-Ray, Mark in Arvada. Good evening.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Kilo Victor, Bill in Lakewood.
Kilo Echo 0, Victor Charlie Whiskey, John and Denver.
W0TX Repeater.
Just quickly looking at here at WDWM, division multiplexing, fiber optic transmission, that technique that enables the use of multiple light wavelengths to send data over the same medium. I happen to work for an internet service provider that is trying to deliver 10 gigs over a single fiber to multiple sites. So this is some things that I'm getting into here, but in my professional career, but seems quite relatable within our hobby here.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0UV Marshall, AC0VC Bill, and Dick, I got N6HV. I think I missed a letter in there. Could you come back with a fill on that for me, please?
Yes, sir. November 6, Whiskey Hotel Victor.
Right. November 6th, Whiskey Hotel Victor. Thank you, Dick. I appreciate that. I thought it sounded like it would have been whiskey, but I wasn't certain. And next I had KE0YES Ken. I'm sorry. I got an extra letter in there, Ken. K0YES. And then I had KD0WPQ Tom. N0XRX Mark. KE0YKV Bill. And John, I missed the first letter in your suffix. I got KE0 question mark CW.
Victor Charlie Whiskey, John. Thank you.
KE0 Victor Charlie Whiskey. Thank you, John. And let me make a second call for radio amateurs. This call suffix says begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
November 1, Zulu Tango Tango, Dan in Denver, no traffic.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. N1ZTT. Dan? Move on down the alphabet here. We'll do the whole alphabet. Call suffixes, letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call out.
Kilo Alpha 5, Delta Kilo Sierra, Ken in Arvada.
November 0, Golf Tango Golf, Kurt in Denver.
This is Kilo 1, Delta Bravo Charlie, K1 DBC Drone. Also checking in Whiskey Alpha 4, Mike Bravo Golf, WA4 MBG Bob from Pensacola, Florida.
Whiskey Delta 6, Delta Oscar Kilo. Rich in Arvada, no traffic. Good evening, all.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KA5 DCAS Ken, N0 GTG Kurt, K1 DBC Drone, and WA4 MBG Ralph, and WD6 DOK Rich. These chance for late check-ins a little later in the net, and at this time I'd like to turn the net over to our club president, Jerry Billhauer, W0GB. Go ahead, Jerry, the net's yours.
Hey, Jim. Well, thanks for doing the net. Welcome, everybody. Glad to hear a good turnout here this evening. Hope everybody's doing well. A couple things. First off, our 44935 squaw repeater has been off the air for 2-3 days. It's back on. The coverage is nothing like it should be. So just to let you know, if you're in the south part of town, it's going to be pretty poor. If you're central or east and north, it'll be somewhat better, but we're aware of it, and so no need to tell us it's not working right, because we're well aware of it. So we'll keep you informed on that as things progress. The other thing, I just got a notice for a general license class. And so I'm not going to read all this. I just got it here this evening, but I will tell you that if you're interested in getting your general, and sometimes you commit to a class, you'll get it done. It's a 5-session class, and it's down towards Monument, and it is 2 sessions are in person, which is the first and the 5th. The other sessions are video. So if that's of interest to you, what I'm going to do is put this notice on the web page, on our website, W0TX.org. So give me a day or two to get it on there, and then you can register any time now till the 30th of November. So this looked like it runs from the 6th of November to the 20th, 5 classes. So anyway, we'll put it on the website, and you can look at it if you're interested. And and register if you care to do that. So good chance to get your general if you feel like, you'll a lot of times going to a class is much better than if you're committed to it, instead of trying it on your own. So we'll put that on the website. Like I say, give us a day or two. And that's about all I got. So back to you, Jim. 7-3, W0GV.
W0GV, this is K02R. Thanks, Jerry. I'm sure there's some folks out there that would like to go to a class and get their general license, so hopefully that'll help them out. I don't see anybody on check-ins tonight that said they had traffic. This is K02R, and then Radio Club Net, W0TX. And does anyone have any other comments, information, or business for the net? Please call now.
W0TX Repeater.
All right, do we have any late check-ins? Please call now.
Kilo Alpha Zero Victor Bravo Alpha. Curtis and Lakewood.
And at Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. KA0VBA, Curtis. Make one more quick call. Any other late check-ins before I go on? Please call now.
Great spotlight on K0VBA, Curtis Willoughby, on the Braille monitor here, nfb.org.
All right, I'll now review next weekend's contests and upcoming Hamfest. And the only Hamfest that I see on the calendar here in the local area is the Aurora Repeater Association's Hamfest. They have scheduled for the 20th of February 2022. That'll be at the Adams County Fairgrounds. And we'll keep our ear to that one and see whether or not that one comes about. Let's hope so. It's been a long dry period, and by the time we think we've got one that's about to be held, find out from the COVID restrictions and such that it goes by the wayside. So let's hope we got a Hamfest that is going to be held, and that we can all get together and get back in the norm, so to speak. It's been a long dry spell, I'll tell you that. All right, as far as next weekend contest, QRP ARCI Fall QSO Party. It begins on October the 9th. It's 0 hour Zulu, goes through October 9th until 23:59 hour Zulu. That's on 160 through 10 meters, and that's a CW contest. And next we have the Macrothen RTTY contest. That begins on October 9th, 0 hour Zulu. Goes through October 10th until 15:59 hour Zulu. That's on 80 through 10 meters, and that's a digital contest. Next we have the Nevada QSO Party. It begins on October 9th at 0300 hour Zulu. Goes through October the 10th until 2100 hour Zulu. That's 160 through 70 centimeters. That's a CW and phone contest. And next we have the Oceania DX contest. That begins on October 9th at 0600 hour Zulu. Goes through October 10th until 0600 hour Zulu. That's 160 through 10 meters. That's a CW contest. And next we have Microwave Fall Sprint. Begins on October 9th at 0800 hour Zulu goes through October 9th until 1400 hour Zulu. And that's at 902 megs and up. That's a CW phone and digital contest. And next we have a Scandinavian activity contest. It begins on October 9th at 1200 hour Zulu, goes through October 10th until 1200 hour Zulu. That's on 80 through 10 meters, and that's a phone contest. Next, the SKCC Weekend Sprintathon. It begins on October 9th at 1200 hour Zulu, goes through October 10th until 2359 hour Zulu. That's on 160 through 6 meters. That's a CW contest. Next, the Arizona QSO Party begins on October 9th at 1500 hour Zulu, goes through October 10th until 0500 hour Zulu. That's on 160 through 2 meters. That's a CW phone and digital contest. And next we have COSAC's Honor VHF-UHF contest. It begins on October 9th at 1600 hour Zulu, goes through October 10th until 0400 hour Zulu. That's on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. That's the CW phone and digital contest. Next we have Pennsylvania QSO Party. Begins on October 9th at 1600 hour Zulu. Goes through October 10th until 2200 hour Zulu. That's on 160 through 70 centimeters. That's a CW and phone contest. Next we have the South Dakota QSO Party. Begins on October 9th at 1800 hour Zulu. Goes through October 10th until 1800 hour Zulu. That's on 160 through 2 meters. That's CW phone and digital contest. Next we have a 160 meter Great Pumpkin Sprint. Begins on October 9th until at 2000 hour Zulu. Goes through October 10th until 2000 hour Zulu. That's on 160 meters. So that's a digital contest. And we have a 10-10 International 10-10-day sprint. Begins on October 10th, 0.
Except that then I've got the lateral line coming down the middle of the yard. And then I got to
I just thought it was $1 when I saw the sign, but I didn't misread it. $5 for all of them? $5 for all of them. Done. I'm hoping to have my tower put up by the end of the
Army Saturnet.
Yeah.
They meet
Pulling
at
some cable,
1500 hour Zulu. That's 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. They meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on a frequency of 14.325
All right, you got it.
megahertz,
Thank
which
you.
is on a 20 meter
Yeah,
band.
thank you. We like a bag.
Hunters, 147.330 megahertz with a positive offset, the 145.490 megahertz with a negative offset, the 224.380 megahertz with a negative offset, the 449.350 megahertz with a negative offset, the 448.625 megahertz with a negative offset, the 447.825 megahertz with a negative offset, and our digital turbo repeater operating on Brandmeister on 446.7875 megahertz with a negative offset, and our C4 FM digital repeater on 449.775 megahertz with a negative offset. The 447.825 megahertz repeater is configured for narrowband FM, and that requires a digital coded squelch of 073. There are two repeaters on 147.330 megahertz. The repeater in Lakewood requires a 100 hertz pale tone, and the second repeater located east near Franktown requires a 131.8 hertz pale tone. We have a second repeater on the same frequency out east to improve coverage along the Front Range and into the canyons. However, having two repeaters on the same frequency, the repeaters have different propagations. We ask that you monitor the frequency to assure neither is in use prior to making your call. 449.350 megahertz repeater provides wide area coverage, and this is repeater Jerry said is ailing a little bit right now, but hope back up to snuff. And this repeater hosts our Echolink station, W0TX, node number 4140. And the 448.625 megahertz repeater is linked with 145.490 megahertz repeater. Each repeater requires a 100 hertz field tone for activation, except as noted, and each uses standard offsets. And we have an AX25 packet node on 145.050 megahertz. And there's a 6-meter repeater on 53.09 megahertz with an input on 52.09 megahertz with a required 107.2 hertz field tone. Your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to participate in any many club activities, please contact our club president, Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. And again, I'd like to congratulate Kelly, AE0AF, for getting his extra class license. We hope he enjoys it. Added frequencies that he gets that license. And I'd like to thank everyone for checking into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you have a great week, 73. And tonight we had a total of 41 check-ins, and the Denver Radio Club W0TX Net is now closed at 9:14, and repeater is available for regular use. This is K0TR Net Control Station, and please stand by a moment while I return the PL tone to the repeater.
PL on.
And this is K0TR, and I'm clear, and good evening to all.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching here on YouTube. Glad to see people keep checking in on here. Yeah, I'm glad to show what we can here this evening between all the info that we have. So with that, this is K1DBC, and we'll talk to you all next week.